Yeah, this is the first lengthy episode in a while.
Yeah.
I know.
That drag race got asses real,
Honey.
real
They
good.
got asses.
It woke us up. It woke our neighbors up.
Yeah.
The level of emotion that came out of
Right. It was the bitch. So he said, bitch. Oh, he's like, hold on. I don't even know this hoe.
The way I said that, I was like, oh, like, it's aggressive. Even when I said, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn, hold on.
I was like, I don't even know you like that. That was very aggressive. I'm so sorry.
Hey, community. Here's what's brewing today.
Drag Race All Stars 9.
Drake and Kanye beef.
And Beyonce said, stiff wear, bitch. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Nowhere, hoe. Hey, welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntie Carell.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jerome.
Hey, ladies. How's it going? How's it going?
What's up?
Like, we here. We here. Look, Jerome then came back. You know, we got the mustache going back.
I like you with the mustache.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been actually I've gotten quite a few compliments with the mustache. And I was like,
Mustache is cute.
It's
like, okay.
yeah. You need like a black t-shirt and like plum leather jacket and a gold chain. And
Okay, Eddie.
baby,
Look.
That's all and then Jerome, it's Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Okay.
She said, "I'm giving you old school black."
No, she just need a shirt that say "Ride" right there.
Right. Yeah, look.
That's it.
Talking about being in a podcast.
No.
Even though that's not his
Look.
ministry.
She overacting here, okay? Look, I'm trying to get nominated for the next year's Oscars, bitch. Okay, look.
You need to put an A in front of that.
Right up.
A-Ride.
Don't put that A in the air.
A-Ride.
Right up.
Right up. That's what's up. That's too
I
funny.
saw something recently. Oh, we're probably Instagram, where someone said, "Oh no, it was Facebook. It was a friend. I know who it was." That said, "Hey, straight man, you need to stop wearing mustaches because I'm getting confused." I was like, "That's true. That's true because the straights be taking over all the gay like clothing styles and everything. It'd be about 2-3 years later." But they be catching up. You be like, damn, I'm confused. I don't know.
It's the metrosexual thing from like the early 2000s. It's creeping back in here, you know.
Yeah. Or even like the short shorts now. That's the one that'd be confusing me. I'm like,
with the
all
thighs
these
out.
straight
I'm
men
like,
with the
I
short
see.
shorts and thighs out. I'm like,
But you know
is
what?
you or ain't you?
But you know what? We move on quickly. And there's always an element of slut in the shit that we do.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
True.
theirs.
Yeah.
But in ours it'd be just a twinge.
Well, it'd be the ones that still be straight but still got that borderline sluttiness. You be like, oh,
But like,
But it
I
hit
feel like
different.
I feel like I just want to dun 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 with my pinky, just like
Baby.
John said.
I would not recommend not in the straights, honey, because you'll pull that finger back and you might have some friends.
Doodoo Brown.
You right.
I
Look,
mean,
You right.
there are some
Because you know that's where the
exceptions
wash
to
your hands,
rule.
your legs, your ass came from.
You right.
That part.
You
That
right.
part. Because
But I
honey,
don't know. Let me tell y'all some of the ones out here, because there's all these hills out here,
Dick.
and people be walking and like everybody got legs. If you
Honey.
are a string being out here, if you ain't got some definition of legs out
You
here,
just moved in.
you ain't from around here.
they still
you
being
new,
frozen.
you fresh meat,
Right.
you fresh meat.
They
Okay,
part of that.
Fresh
part of
meat.
that. They part of that Seattle Freeze crew.
'Cause let me tell
Seriously,
you,
I was out Sunday for Sunday Fun Day, and I said, when did white straight dudes get ass? Like, the gay whites have kind of started creeping there, because forever it was like the black and brown community. You're like, yes, oh, you're just thick over here. Then the white straight gays started creeping. You're like, okay, when did the white gays get ass? Now it's the white straight men got ass.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I feel
I'm
like
like,
for the
Jesus.
longest time, a lot of like white straight men, when they work out, it was all upper body. And then we clowned the fuck out of them legs because
That's
you would be
what it
all
was.
big up top, and then you have these string bean ass legs, and
they got
enough
tired
of
of getting
that.
played.
Enough of that, and they were like, I gotta get a little bit more
They
balance.
said bounce on that shit. Damn.
They
But
said,
look,
like they said my junk might not be big, but these trunks gonna be big.
Oh damn. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that
And
sounds like a T-shirt.
Lebuticus.
Right. Oh, no.
And honestly, low key, like a lot of these straight men are getting very experimental, and like, so like the butt plugs and the butt play and the pegging and all that kind of stuff is like, so like it's not even just for like an aesthetics. It's like
Real life. They about this real life now.
Right. Right. Exactly. Like they try to set themselves up so they can have some OnlyFans accounts. Like, oh, I want some gay,
guess
I want
so.
some gay fans. They pay a lot.
Because like them first warm days. Oh, and that's what it was. We went to the area we live in, had their 200th, which is crazy to say, living on the East Coast, that shit been out here that long, like their 200th festival or something like that. Oh, and it was like all these just like straight dads and everything, but they little kids and stuff. And we're just like, when did these straight dads, these white men just get ass out of nowhere? And they be wearing like all them like Lululemon pants that be like, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Let me tell you, I'm going row. By the time this comes out, I will have went rowing the day before.
Ooh.
And the way that these rowers be having legs.
Yeah, man. That's what it might be out here, because there's a lot of people are into rowing out here.
See,
like
now,
all
there
these
you
like
go.
East Coast
There you
colleges
go.
and
Yes.
universities be all about
Yep.
the rowing.
It's
That's
backs and
what it might
thighs.
be.
Rowing,
Yeah.
Backs and thighs.
Boom.
Or sorry,
Baby, I'm like,
lats
okay.
and thighs. Lats and thighs.
I'm like,
But y'all pray
damn,
for me. Hopefully, community, y'all see me next week. Because, niggas in boats.
honey. Well, last
we
year was
turned
a
that-
monumental year, though.
We turned that narrative.
We turned that
We
side
did.
around.
We really did, bro. We really did. We really did.
Wait, when is that anniversary? That
Okay.
anniversary got to be
That's
coming
in
up soon.
August. That's in August.
Oh, it's in August.
August.
Okay.
That's in August. Yeah.
We got to remember that.
We gonna have to remember.
We gotta have a little
the
celebration
chair.
of cake and
Love.
everything. We got to have a church punch.
A day of remembrance.
Honey, never forget.
Love.
Oh, baby. No, that's true. Well, I don't know. Well, at least I got to do all that. The ass come a little more naturally. So thank you, DNA. Sit my little ass on the couch.
I don't know. Should I feel like all my thickness come a little too natural? Should I be? I gotta work extra hard not to balloon up, girl. Look.
Yeah.
A natural
yeah.
woman.
But fun fact though, I'm down 10 pounds since your birthday in Mexico,
Wow. Good for
now,
you.
girl.
in a
Okay,
month and a
girl.
half. Yeah.
Yes.
Work it out, girl. I know. I've been
Yeah.
seeing them little workout pictures you be posting. Go ahead. girl.
Every now and then I post a little something because we got things happening. So
Yes.
we've been getting ready for these things
Book-
that are happening.
Sure.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy and blessed.
Booked
I
and
know
busy.
that's right. Booked and bosom.
Bosom.
Bosom and blessed. That is true. And by the way, community, like we be trying to say this at the beginning, we be forgetting. Please subscribe and download, and do us a favor. Hop on YouTube and play our playlist and just let that shit ride all day when you like cooking.
Yes.
Just let it be in the background, be at work or whatever. We're super duper close to getting the monetization things that we need for YouTube, and it's like the amount of hours and things that people watch, et cetera, et cetera. So we're super close. So that is a big goal of ours, like this year, to be able to monetize our YouTube. So just do us a favor. I think we got like over 100 of them videos out there. Even that night, if you want to keep your dog company while you're out or something like that, let that shit just ride. That will help us out monumentally.
Absolutely.
And then
We know
also
some
go
of
over
y'all.
to
We know
Minority
some of y'all
Report.
live in neighborhoods where you want to keep the lights on, so
Keep the
people think
keep the
you
TV
home.
on.
So
And we know
Just
some of y'all
saying.
probably still scared of the dark. Just keep that shit on in your room and your TV. That's okay.
Look.
Let that shit ride. See our lovely
Girl.
places in your dreams.
wake up to us like we them info commercials. Remember back in the day, you wake up.
Going up the rough side of the mountain. But yeah, that would definitely help us out. And then also go to minorityReport.com and buy you some merch. There's some new merch out there. So, we got some new tees, some new tanks and all that stuff. And get yourself ready for the summer, baby. Show off the new gains, Damn. So, yes, that's immediately something that you could definitely help us out. And again, thank you for rocking with us for 5 years. The 5th anniversary is a blast.
It was
Still
so much
hard
fun.
to believe.
Thank y'all
It's just
so much. That was honestly so much fun. And I look at those pictures from that. And Dewan, your wig!
Dewan's wig was everything. It was everything and nothing at the same time.
It gave exactly what I wanted to give.
It was so funny.
Looking so goddamn crazy. You know that I kind of felt like that Muppet Janice, the
yes,
one with the
red one.
I was like, and it was like trying to find like a freeze frame for like the thumbnail. I was dying. Because I was like, I'm not gonna have my friend out here looking crazy.
No,
but I was like,
that was the whole point.
I was like, he was giving crazy,
honey. Because like sometimes I can come off a little bit serious and a little bit like whatever, and I was like, you know what, this is time to just let a little,
loosen
just have
up.
a little fun,
Yeah.
and, be a little silly. So
that shit was fun.
They all know. They all know that I look cute regardless. But I can stand a little ugly hair.
Because they saw your silver wig, and they
know the silver wig.
They lived, okay. Look,
I live every time you wear that damn wig. I'm like, damn, I want to be one of them.
Yeah,
I gotta figure out. I gotta find out where I got that one because I want to get that in a couple other colors.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. No,
I thought, didn't you say you got that in Chicago?
I think I did, and I haven't been to Chicago in a minute, but I'll be back there this summer.
Oh, she going for market days?
No, I haven't planned market days yet.
She said,
I was like, ooh.
I haven't planned market days yet, but it
might be out there in the
possibility.
ether.
I mean, I
It's
could
a
do a
strong
market days.
possibilities.
I could
It's
do
a
a market
strong
days because I'm no longer going to Germany for Pride, so I could do a market day.
Oh, that's a
You're not
development.
doing Germany for Pride? That is a
Yeah.
development. Wait, you want to talk about it on the podcast or no?
Oh, it's fine. No, my
Okay.
my brother-in-law is getting married in Albania
congratulations.
in September.
Congrats.
So it was like, all right, if we're gonna spend $1,800 to go to Germany and then another $800 to go to Europe, and then because of PTO, then it's just 1 week there, 1 week there.
Right.
And Pride's gonna take up 4 of those days, so it's not really. It just didn't make any sense for us to split a 2-week trip up into 2 big trips like that, and then to spend so much money as well too. So we're now going, and that's why we're talking about Greece. We didn't talk about this. We talked about this off the podcast.
After, right?
Yes. So after the wedding, we thinking about heading down to Greece.
I know Corey wants to go. Look, we're trying to figure out a time. Like, there's so many things that Corey's tried to commit to this year. Which, I mean, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm here to do all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know realistically it's harder for him and his job and his PTO. And so Greece was like one of the top things. But then now his brother, for his birthday, is doing a trip. So we got that for sure in October. Which is kind of messing up our thoughts of what we were trying to do in September and all this stuff. But, but we might see. I don't know. But that'll be more off air again. Camille was like, bitch, we don't give a damn about y'all on vacation. Shut up.
Can I just say, like, in the spirit of, like, the post-pandemic, it is so lovely to have these kind of conversations and to be free and up. Like, low-key, I've been traveling a lot, and most of it has been for work. Honey, more so than normal. But it is, as exhausting as it is so refreshing to just catch up on all these, like, these things that have just been cooped up for the last, for the last couple of years. So
I know there was a clip going viral this week of this girl doing all the TikTok stuff from the pandemic, and I just forgot about all this, like, the different sounds and music that was doing that. Like, I'm chilling in the house and then chilling in the house board or whatever and shit, like doing all that. And so she was doing like a montage of all the shit from the pandemic. I was like, damn, that's right. Like it seems so far long ago, but like not far enough, and like it almost feels like a haze still to this day.
Yes,
that we went through that shit. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, I forgot about all these little TikTok trends, and I thought that shit was like last year.
But it's so crazy. Like even though we were just talking about like it started 4 years ago. Like damn,
right?
Like
4 years ago, we was literally chilling in the house bored.
Yes, and didn't know like. And not having like the setups, not having like a lot of people didn't even like, there were a lot of people who didn't even have like internet in their house because they were barely home. So like having to work from home and then having to get internet and like having to get your setup and all, baby, we were trying and remember when it was, you know, like, what do they call it? Stay your ass in place or whatever the fuck
well, I'm gonna say bunker down, bitch. I'm gonna say bunker down. It's some doomsday shit.
But you're right. Stay your ass in place. Every place with a landlord, though.
But you have to isolate though. When you have to isolate from others.
And baby, just not knowing how to like easily navigate that and being home and around your four walls for like a whole week at a time, and like that was just.
And then I couldn't get a haircut for like 3 months. Like, oh my god,
all the goddamn Zoom, Zoom happy hours and the games.
We were lit on those. What was that? What was that damn thing?
The house party.
House party. Yes, bitch.
We was having wig parties. We was having drinking parties. We was having
The way I literally had to take naps after them damn things because the bitch was toe. Damn, what a time to. Oh, I'm gonna say what a time.
And I remember just even like on the podcast, and I guess maybe this is kind of going just like the 5 years of stuff. We're like, we can't have another episode talking about COVID in the title. Like, cause that was like everything. Like, it's like, how do we redo another COVID title this weekend? Still in the house, bitch. Right. And COVID done got us again. And
you know what's crazy? I'm not ashamed to admit this because I don't even work for that company anymore. But let me tell you, the amount of times, and I feel bad because I know some people didn't make it through COVID, but the amount of time I pretended to have COVID just so I can have some days off from work because we were bunkered in at home. Can't nobody say, like, how can you prove that shit? The way I was like, oh, I'm not feeling well today. That's okay. That was a YouTube moment, y'all. Just so y'all know, that laugh was a YouTube moment. Because that was me literally leaning back with the remote in my hand. Like, okay, they said I'm good.
Honey.
That was the one thing since like I was already part remote anyway or a hybrid schedule anyway. They're like, bitch, hop on that computer. Like, so it was like a regular ass time period, at least work wise. It felt like, and honestly, I probably worked more than just because there wasn't nothing else to do. So you're just like, what's an extra hour, you know? And then, and then like, it was, that was just a weird time.
Look,
I still have yet to go back and listen to those episodes. I almost feel like I need to just to kind of refresh the memory of just like, what the fuck were we talking about?
I remember I lost my job at the beginning of the pandemic, and
that's right.
My I was working for the cannabis company at the time, which was like a dream job. It was like you just get to travel around the country and smoke like weed and take edibles and drink and with your coworkers on company time. It was lovely. And then they were like, psych,
sour girl. That's right.
But that was also since I didn't have a job and nobody was really hiring at that point because no one really knew. I was out of work for like 8 months, I want to say, from March through October. So then that's when we decided to start having guests and like, oh, I got this.
We had like every guest every week.
Every single week. If we weren't on their podcast, they were on ours. We were doing combos. We were doing We were doing a lot.
Wow. So it's just interesting.
Doing a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, which is good. Another little hit coming up. Hey. And shout out to Bad Queers. That episode was fire. I love Bad Queers.
Let me tell you, the way I literally played both of those episodes back to back.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, we really cracked up. Like, there was just something special about the 5 of us being there together,
yeah.
it almost felt like
4.5.
You know,
maybe just 4 because she had half one episode and like a quarter of the other.
I was trying to be nice, you know. I wasn't trying to act like she forgot, like her luggage got lost or anything like that. So you know,
I know I felt bad doing the clips. I was like, damn, none of these clips got Dewan this week. Shit.
I was there for like this bit.
But no, it honestly, I love that it gave very much still like the essence of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Right? Plus 2 more. Like it just it felt like honestly like having additional aunties like who have been like fill in like it was great.
Yeah. They're just good at what they do.
Yeah. I watched both episodes and I was just like, damn, I wish I would have been here for this conversation. For everything except for the whole like the 25 minutes of sports conversation.
That was the one moment I literally thought about you in that moment, and I was like, "This is one of the moments I'm glad Dewan's not here because Dewan would have been
over here like this.
She would have been done. We would have to cut that shit short."
Look, I never say y'all can't have the conversation. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. I can keep myself entertained, and I can squeeze her back.
Okay, here I go.
Up though, like.
But yeah, shout out to them. And if you haven't listened to those episodes, either on ours or their platforms, definitely check it out. Definitely some good moments there. And folks were kind of DMing us, and someone said it today, actually. They're like, oh, that's why y'all didn't talk about like the rest of like the Jared or Carmichael stuff. I was like, yeah, because I knew we had recorded that, so we didn't want to like double talk about the same shit, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, okay, we got to run over there and listen to what y'all had to say on that one. So yeah. And maybe next week we'll even, because there's a couple more episodes that have been released since that one, since the race play one at least. And it's still juicy, that show. So, so Community, either be on Jerome, but you're not going to watch it, or catch up, because next week we'll talk about the next couple episodes. And see what else has come out of there. But one thing we definitely have to talk about, though, because the community was like, ooh, we can't wait to hear what y'all talk about Drag Race. So, spoiler alert, we late already by the time this episode comes out, so it ain't even really a spoiler alert.
Ain't no spoiler alert.
So, we now know the winner of Drag Race season, what was this, 16?
16.
And we'll start at the end, but then we gotta go through the whole episode because the episode was actually pretty good and pretty interesting. So the winner is Miss Nymphia Wynn.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Called it from day one. I called it from day one. I literally knew from that entrance look. I was like,
the banana
that's
look.
The winner. That's the winner. That is the winner.
But then, especially living here in Philly, because that's where Saphira's from, few folks are feeling kind of away. And I can kind of see how they felt the kind of way, because it kind of draws into question, how much does the season really matter and how many you win? So that's the true question at hand, you know. So to kind of start up the episode, the top 3 were Saphira, Nymphia, and Plain Jane. And so, you know, first, you know, Mama Ru gonna forever sell her a song.
Girl, honey. Honey.
She
literally
gonna forever sell her a song.
Miss Stay in a Bag, because the girls are gonna play, and that's gonna get.
She said, I'm in a pink limousine this year. I was like, okay, Mama Ru. But I will give her this. I did kind of like how it looked like she was in a pink limousine, and then it kind of broke away, and it was the stage. I was like, okay, that was kind of a cute little look. But then she still gives the same little choreography.
Yeah.
Go to the left a little bit. Go to the right. She said, I'm in my 60s now, bitch. I ain't doing too much.
There was a scene in her choreo where literally she was just walking from one side of the stage and just touching people's hands as she was walking by.
That's it. And then it's funny because Ru is just so much taller than everybody
else.
Right.
And it's just so the proportions just look so weird every time she dances with these guys. And I'm like, okay, Mama gonna give us a song every damn time. But but then it went into kind of their first looks of like their songs, which I guess other people sang, which was kind of interesting. So out of the 3, let's rank it in the order. Who had the best performance out of the three? For me, it was Sapphira.
For me, it was Sapphira.
Was a top.
For me, it was Sapphira. Yeah,
that was a top probably 3 performance of a finale performance ever to me in the history. Definitely top 5. I'm trying to in my mind go back to think of some other ones, but she looked professional as shit.
Yeah, I would say she looked professional. I would say of the 3, that Sapphira was the best of those 3. And then, of course, it went in order as far as how it played out.
Playing.
I also feel like this episode we got to see a lot of production, editing to make the show to justify what they selected as the winner of this show. I felt like number one, I felt like the choreography for all 3 of the performance was lackluster. And it wasn't nearly as intricate as we have seen in many years past. So it was just easier choreo. It was easier choreo. Says the person who doesn't dance. And, she got eyeballs so she can see. But also to me, this was probably Plain Jane's least impactful moment. And that to me was surprising because there's always an element of sex appeal and zaniness, manic zaniness that she, not really manic, but there's a zaniness to it,
there's
her comedy.
To it,
yeah, I don't know what the right word is, but there always is that mix of that kind of crazy and sexy together. And that was really missing from her performance. And as I watched it, I was just like, this is an editing thing. Because the way that they kind of cut the shots in terms of when they focused on the judges, there was a lot of focus on the judges in the midst of the performances.
Which tells you they must not have much to work with.
Exactly. Let me tell you, she leaned into the first half of her name and she probably gave a lot of playing. Okay, there was nothing to it. And let me tell you, I was not even the least bit surprised. The bitch, and I've been saying this, not to call the bitch. I'm sorry, girl. I don't even know you like that. But I just got caught up in the moment. That was a little aggressive. I'm so sorry, girl.
It was a hard beat too.
Right.
I'm about to tell you about your goddamn self. This ain't no podcast. We talking for real.
Oh, I'm sorry, Plain. I don't know you like that, and we good. But I had been saying though throughout the season, she had been turning a lot of leotard looks, and I was mad that she was not getting dragged for that because there have been other seasons where girls had been getting clocked for it, right? And seeing her do exactly what you expected, I was like.
Well, even Michelle called it out because even in her critique, which usually at this stage it's nothing but positive, she said the only thing that I would change is they don't do this. And she's like, I would have had 3 or 4 underneath this, and she only had 1 reveal. So it's like,
I agree. If you're gonna call out the judges like that, you gotta go overboard then. And I agree with Michelle on that. You gotta do 9 costume changes then, and all them bitches gonna be bodysuits. And now that's the kookiness and the zaniness of Plain Jane that we would have expected, So
and
yeah,
honestly, what would have been fire is if she would have came out if part of her performance would have been to bring back out the ketchup and mustard again. To harken back to the very first performance. Give a little something extra to this.
Or even do all these bodysuits and then somehow the last bodysuit it transform into this. I don't know how you would do it. So again, I'm not a drag queen nor a seamstress, so I don't know how the fuck this would be possible. But the last look would be this magnificent gown,
beautiful gown,
bitch, gowns. You know it's bodysuit, but bitch, no, I can still serve something else, bitch. How about that? So that's the pettiness that you need to do. But it seemed like it honestly was a performance that seemed like back in season 7, 8, the show has progressed so much. That would have been fire 10 years ago, 8 years ago.
You know what said it all
15
for me?
years ago. You're right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Season 1.
A mandatory meeting space said it all for me.
Girl.
Iconic. The producers are petty as shit, and I'm here for it.
She said producers all this body, and she's like,
shit. She was not a person. Neither was America, nor Rue.
Not at all. Which led me to believe. I wonder if Plain Jane knew, even going into the finale, that she wasn't going to win. Because the reason
she knew
I
the
say
second
that,
the show had that feedback. She like, damn.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, you're not supposed to get negative feedback. But like,
on the finale,
there was just like something in her face the entire time. There was there was a spark that was missing. Like the hopefulness that I still got this was not there for me, anyways. When I watched her prior to them lining them up and then saying, okay, Plain Jane, you got to go.
See, here's the real tea, though. People were distracted by the shadiness of her that they were not paying attention to her drag. She literally gave us the same shit she had been given all season. So I'm surprised that people are like, oh, was she surprised? The bitch was not surprised. She said, it's all I got.
Honey.
Yeah. I will say, and we kind of skipped over this.
It's a Taylor Swift effect, I think. People will latch on to like the one thing that they do, and damn all the other amazing things that they can't do, and just latch on to that.
Because I couldn't even make it through track 1 talking about Taylor. I was like,
right.
I tried. I was like, okay, let me at least. I turned 30. I was like, it's the same shit. I said, nope, I ain't got the time.
Y'all be surprised, and I know we're getting from Drag Race, but y'all be surprised. I listened to the whole album twice.
All 31?
All 31.
Girl,
twice.
Better you than me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk. Maybe we say that for the end.
I like to argue with white people, so
right.
it was very much one of those. I feel like being confrontational. So
I was confrontational after that 30 seconds.
Let me tell you, as a person who loves to argue, you got to do your homework so you know how to argue. Right.
I think you're right about that.
She said she got her notebook. She said, track 17, that hoe can't sing for shit.
Still ain't said nothing different. Can she use a different register? Why is she in the same key?
No, honey.
She only got 4.
One thing I will say, though, kind of backing up, like the entrance looks, kind of skipped over that. The best that Maya has ever looked. Ever.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm like, who is she?
Honey. She legit looked like, T.S. Madison to me. Like,
yes.
And I mean that in the most beautiful and respectful, positive kind of way. Like, it was stunting.
I was like, the makeup, the outfit, the hair. I was like, what? Like,
I think she even got her braces tightened a little bit.
Something.
Everything was just like.
Because she came around the corner. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's what you're supposed to be looking like all season.
Yeah. But we had said this, though. We had said this, that she will be an all-star girl. She will be one of the girls that, like, will, throughout this tour for being this last season, will start coming into her own. And the fact that we saw that change so quickly between the actual episodes and the season finale, and they were all recorded within the same time because that's
I was going to say
a while ago, right? So just in that short time span, she had learned, I need to get my shit up together. This is not the experience.
Let me
this is
set my
not who I am. Right. And that was, 8 months ago. So just imagine what she's been doing this whole year.
That took me aback. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh, damn. Okay, then, bitch. Slay us, ho.
I also have to say that I was a little bit disappointed in the runways of the other queens. I literally was like hoping that every single one of them would turn them out, and I was just like,
I'm trying to think who else turned it out.
Like, a mandatory meeting showed up, and she turned around, and you saw her tights. Not her tights, her padding was like, it had a hard edge right in the middle of her thigh, and I'm just like, girl, this was your opportunity to like. Level up.
What's old girl, the stripper girl that be like planking with the legs? I thought she looked good.
Mirage.
Like, it was very on brand for her, but it was still at least a little elevated Mirage.
Yes.
Morphine looks pretty all the fucking time, but I don't know if I like just the slinky dress. Like, it was like a. Like
I didn't mind her dress. I didn't like her hair. I felt like her hair. She needed bigger hair because it felt a little like. Just a little, like.
But the face was still mugged as shit. I was like, God, her makeup skills are just insane. Okay, so back to, I guess, the three finalists. So Plain Jane, bye girl. Better luck next time. And honestly, Plain Jane's going to be good on an All-Stars in the future as well.
Yeah.
She's going to see how she kind of came across and how it was one note. And her drag is good enough. I think she knows how she can be able to elevate it for the next go round. So I think she'll be good TV again. She played into
the Wicked Witch. She played into the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
I thought
which was kind of fire.
That was very. I was like, okay, you know what? You're starting to understand. Here's the thing. I feel like that was low hanging fruit because again, it was very much, hey, I'm the villain, so I'm playing the Wicked Witch, with the apple, like being that girl. So if she can bring that level of creativity to just other moments, the next level, then I'm gonna be like, okay, yes, bitch.
She's absolutely. Honestly, she's lacking vulnerability. And that's what we've been telling her the entire season. Like, we want to know who you are. We get that you're funny. We get that you have great fashion sense. We get that you're a performer. Like, you show up and you're prepared. You're a professional. But we don't know you. And even so, I feel like when and if she does come back for this, I think that moment of that she will have understood what it means to be vulnerable and the impact that could have, even greater than the impact that she's already had with all the Swifties that be following her.
She got the same claim that the Swifties. I'm done. So then after we got voted out, we got the Lifetime Achievement, or what did she call it? The Got My Lifetime Achievement Award or something like that, right? To Miss Elvira, which I had never really seen her outside of that character before. She's a pretty lady.
She's gorgeous.
She's a pretty lady, and she's got to be. God, she's got to be 60s, 70s at this point.
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s, I would imagine. Yeah.
So, and I didn't realize how, and again, she's standing next to the roof, but how short she is. She always seemed taller than I.
Maybe that was also the hair, though, too. Maybe it's the hair.
It's the hair,
yeah.
You're right.
Hair.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then Sasha Colby
came out
she could win another crown.
Sasha Colby.
She could just win another crown. Just give her the crown.
Honestly, I couldn't
let her have another year.
Let me tell you this. This is how disrespectful she is. Okay. She came out there, did her thing, and outdid all the finalists.
And she didn't even have like choreo. She was like, "I'm just gonna give a little moment. I ain't have time. I'm just gonna." And
her reveal was 8 inches. She went from here to here,
right,
and then zip back up,
and then zip it back up. She said, "Psych,
bitches."
And here's the thing: she knows where that motherfucking camera is. When she got down and did that ponytail flip and looked at the camera, I was like, "Bitch." I was like, fuck you, Sasha. I just need a gif of that. Someone do that, community. Give me a gif of when she go down and do that ponytail flip and look into the camera. That shit took me out. And then she had the nerve to come around that corner with that gown on. With the earrings that went to a pasty. I was like, fuck you, Sasha.
This is...
Like, you saw the whole crowd go.
She said, respectfully, fuck you. Okay.
Yes.
Seriously, you should not be that good.
She's literally another level, and this is one person who, honestly, you cannot say that she was given the crown.
No.
There have been others, especially trans women.
Say their names. Say their names.
Who did not deserve the crown. But Sasha's
just a
baby.
League.
If I had it, I would have just given her another $50,000 for just coming on the stage because
another
she
cash
elevated
tip.
the whole.
Brought to you by Bubbly.
Another plot twist.
That part.
Like literally, she came around that corner, and I was like, I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah.
And she knew it. She knew it, and the crowd knew it. Everybody, the judges, everybody was like, "This bitch just came around the corner and gagged us to death."
It gave very much. I'm giving you the crown, but I want you to know this is still my shit, bitch. Like she said, "Hold this for me. Hold this for me."
I was like, "Oh my God, Sasha!" Oh, and the person that did her makeup, I saw she posted was the person that does Janet Jackson's makeup, Preston.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, dope. I was like, that's dope. I was like, oh, she done got that money. She went and got that money. So okay, so then after all that, we get back into the final lip sync, which shows you again just the cultural impact of RuPaul's Drag Race, because 10 years they was doing like the B and C size of artists, and this year they went and said, you know what, let's just call up Kylie right quick and get put on. Like how?
The amount of money that they've spent on records. Remember the Lollapalooza? Like, the amount of like number ones, the number one songs that were in that collection alone had to set them back easily a good $750,000. Easily.
That's where All Stars are for charity this year.
But we'll get to that. I was thinking the same thing, girl. I'm like, damn. Oh, and before this, we found out like the congeniality winner when what's her face came out. Malaysia Baby Doll Fox and Silky Nut Ganache. she looked like Silky so much.
Honey,
she really do though. She really do that.
Baby.
Oh my god! Jesus.
And the way that I was wondering how the knees were like manipulating around themselves underneath that like
under the
mermaid
owl
style dress.
outfit.
I was like,
looking like a Tootsie Roll owl.
walking out like Mumra coming out of the.
Well, her face be beat though. Her face be beat.
She was
I'm
cute.
like, go ahead.
She was cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like she a drag queen. Like she came around and I'm like, yes, you a drag queen, bitch. I know that's right. But this is when I knew that Saphira must have lost.
Absolutely.
When they said it was a tie for Saphira and not Nephew, Tsunami Muse for Miss Congeniality, and I was like, oh no, they're not going to let Saphira win twice.
Absolutely, no way.
So that's the second no. I was like, damn. And then we got to the final lip sync with Padam Padam. And I will say, Nymphia ate Saphira up.
She knows. Let me tell you, Nymphia.
Well, maybe not ate her up, but like she did better.
But let's be honest though. We had not seen Nymphia really lip sync, and we knew because all season what she been doing. Oh, I don't know how
pulling bags out, tricks out the bag.
But then doing the dancing choreography, bitch, hit numbers and shit like this. We knew she could lip sync. We knew she would. And like I said. The girls over there, they don't play. When they lip sync to a diva, they nail that shit. So I just knew there was no way that she was coming over here, making it this quickly onto RuPaul, and not have her shit together.
Yeah.
I feel
she
like
came out like a boba tea with the balloons coming out. I was like, damn. She came to play.
I felt like where Saphira kind of like messed up was like her reveals were not as clean.
No.
And we're talking like minuscule differences of execution here. Let's just be very clear because I've been hearing a lot of like online like, oh yeah, Nymphia ate her up, and I'm like, she
eight.
8?
Yeah, 8.
No, 2.
8 is strong. Yeah,
1, not 8, not 8. Because, but for the fact, because
2, 1, not 8.
Because
her schoolhouse rock ass over here, man.
Because the amount of times that I saw Nymphia walk across that stage just to go onto the other side, like, girl, what is you doing? You need to make. And then she went to the back and then did an upside down handstand into a back split, and I was like. Seeing that, like, there was a point where it was just like there were moments of desperation, not choreography, and feeling the moment. That's how I felt. Also, I felt the same way with. Well, that's what I was gonna say from Saphira. I felt that when she was doing the high kicks because she did like 8 high kicks right in a row, but Ru liked that because she started laughing. So like. I really felt like her reveals, like had she you could tell like when she was doing her first reveal out of the gown into the bodysuit, she was like, "Fuck this," and she like really like ripped it apart and then came out.
And I think she felt that Nymphia made her do it quicker than she probably wanted to because she realized already like, oh shit, hold on. I see the attention's going over there. Let me try to. And so you nailed it, Juan.
And even her same energy. Even her wig reveal was like a little bit like it wasn't as executed as well as I would have liked to have seen it. But like her performance and the comedy and the humor and the fact that she had those fangs and like to me was just like it was so clever and. I was proud of both of them, regardless. And after watching it, I was like, you know what? If either of them wins, I will be happy.
Yeah,
I will say it was one of those performances where I didn't feel like there was a clear winner. Right? Like, it honestly, I felt like it could have gone one way or another. And I was literally at the bar standing up being like, fuck. I was just sitting there, I was like, damn, I want Nifia to win so bad. But I was like, but fuck, this shit is so close.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it was the best lip sync performance of the whole season. Personally.
Let me think.
I think it was the best. That was clearly like they both brought it, and it could have gone one way or another. I don't think there was anyone that was better than that.
Who did Morphine go against towards the end?
There was a Morphine one where she was going against Megami.
Well, that was the Lollapalooza.
But that was Lollapalooza.
I know. I'm just But for the whole, if we're talking about the whole season, to me, that one was probably the most...
to me, I felt like Megami did better in that moment than the other, which made it entertaining. But then when you go back, then you're like, okay, Morphine was clear the winner. I think every time you watch this performance of the finale, it's always going to be like this.
Yeah.
It's going to always be like this.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's high caliber.
And that's why it kind of, for me, went back to the first performance where I was like, Saphira, that one, Nymphia's performance was great. And like, she was giving that fantasy with the win and everything. Looks phenomenal. But there's something special about that Saphira performance that I'm going to rewatch probably years from now. And I don't know if I'll rewatch the Nymphia one years from now. Yeah. That made me think, okay, Saphira won 4, I think, challenges this year, or 4 episodes this year.
4. Yeah. Yep.
And a couple mini challenges.
And mini challenges. I think 3 mini challenges.
And then Nymphia won, I think, 2 and maybe 1 mini. She won 3. Because she won
the
and then maybe 1 mini challenge. I can't recall.
2 mini challenges.
And, so 3 and you know 2. What? The killer part about it is she could have gone home at the snatch game if she didn't get the bottle of whatever from playing Jane. So she could have been completely out.
Here's the thing. Because her runway was actually still better.
Her runway was good.
Runway was better, and she would have been safe because we all was just like, girl, you didn't need to drink that because she would have been fine because the 2 bottom were the 2s in the bottom. She would have been just fine because she ate, because that's what she had the crescent. I think was the crescent moon one. She had something over the top that was the runway that it was just like.
Oh, it was like the little boy blue or whatever.
It was something.
I forget.
Yeah.
But so it's just kind of calls a question though. It's just like, how important is the track record throughout the season if you win more? And the finale was pretty much a wash.
Ask
maybe Nymphia won the lip sync.
Ask Plasma, they'll tell you.
But I mean, like, we've never seen. I don't think we've had a season where a girl won the most in the season. And still perform that much in the finale.
Taught me, and I do know the answer. Y'all taught me this one, okay?
Which one was it?
Isn't it the season where Sasha Velour won that season, right?
Yes,
because
it is.
That's the only one.
Yes.
Yeah. So it kind of almost harkens back to that.
I never
finale.
saw it,
right.
but I know that one.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yep. So this one kind of feels like that season again.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you had someone that maybe felt, and honestly, we always said was Saphira is going to be Saphira and Nymphia. So like, and I'm proud that Nymphia won. Like, I don't want people to be like, "Bitch, you hate." No, because Nymphia's killer.
Yes.
Okay. So get that out your mind. But it's just interesting. It's just like you invest all this time and energy of a season rooting for queens and they're winning and things like that. And at the end of the day, does it really matter? And then if people start to feel that, is this now going to start being like the peak of Drag Race? And then people start pulling back because they feel like they're investing so much, thinking that these are the rules of the game and things like that. And you get to the finale and it's still high caliber, high quality. Yet it feels like maybe Saphira should have maybe edged it out just based on the number of wins. And that's kind of the chatter that a lot of people have been having.
It sounds like you drinking that Philly, tap water, girl. Because let me tell you, let me say, like, Nymphia was always in the conversation, though. Like, Nymphia,
1,000%.
She didn't even take the cap
right, I put the top off.
She didn't take the cap off. Nymphia was always in the conversation. I think that's one thing that people forget. It's never that Nymphia was in the bottom or she was never like the queen who didn't win anything. Like, Nymphia was always turning looks. She was never in the bottom besides No, never. So, like, it's one of those things where, like, I get the win portion, but that doesn't take away from being top 3 so many times. Like, besides the challenge, what's the one you were just talking about, Dewan?
Lollapalooza.
No, when you act like someone else.
Snatch Game.
The Snatch Game. Besides the Snatch Game, she was never in the bottom. Like, she was always top, and that's it. She was only safe when she drank that potion from fucking Plain Jane. Other than that,
but I mean, I think we're saying the same thing because, like, literally their track record is, and I'm glad you said it was like that, Sasha Velour and Shea Coulee, because that was a very similar season where the whole season Shea was like winning and Sasha was doing well as well. But then it was just like that moment in the finale, which might have, even more so than this finale, tipped the thing because we had never seen that before.
Yeah.
We're like, oh shit, damn.
Because now the girls are doing it. Look.
So, like, it was one of those things where you're like, damn, we gotta give it to her just for that because that's iconic. This one, even though with like the bubble tea and things like that, it still harkens to other reveals at this point. And so it's hard to kind of top anything else we've kind of seen in the past. Everything's almost a rip of something else in the past. So it's just, I mean, and honestly, I'm gonna still probably watch Drag Race, but I see that conversation out there. I'm like, like, I don't have a rebuttal to it at all.
I always look at it as all the things that you do during the midst of the competition leading up to the finale is the ticket to the finale. That's, for me, that's what it is. Yeah. Because each season, like, there are some people who you can make a case for who've won that have won clearly because they've been the front runner and they've had the most wins, and it just like makes the most sense. Right. Yeah. But in my view, it's almost like these are the things that you have to do to play in the big leagues. And then once you're in the big leagues, yes, some of that stuff plays a little bit of part of the role, but it's kind of like when you're watching the season. You could do shitty in Snatch Game and then come out with a amazing look that blows the socks up, and it saves you. Or you might not become the winner, whatever, but like, you can change a lot by turning a look. And so I think people forget that, like, this, even though it's a competition show, is still entertainment. So so the producers of the show, and they even have a disclaimer at the end of the credits to say that the outcome of this show may have be impacted, by the producers and da 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 da. So, like, to me, all the shit that you do, the mini challenge and all that stuff, is to secure your spot in the finale.
I see that. So let me ask you this quick question then: did Nymphia win the finale in your eyes?
To me, yeah.
Okay, Dewan.
To me specifically, yeah.
For me, it's still a
close one. Yeah,
it's a toss up for me. It's like, as I think about the whole, like what they wore, how they showed up, what they're. Let's not forget, Saphira's answers and banter with RuPaul when she was doing that little interview was like, it was incredible.
It really was
like, and when she said, what would it mean to you? And she said that this would be a platform for me to do so much more good in the world that I could have ever done. And it would allow me to be the most authentic, like, that wasn't a pageant answer, in my opinion, and if it was, her delivery was so convincing.
I said it was a pageant answer. That's literally my response. I was like,
but the delivery of it was so authentic and real to her experience that I was just like, that's.
Because it didn't seem off kilter to what she's been saying all season. Like, you said it. She's been the mama of the season.
Yeah, Carell, you said it in one of our last episodes. You said that people need to see and emulate what Sapphira has done, because she's been applying for 11 years. She finally got on the show, and she knows what they're looking for, and she has listened to all the critiques that they've given. She's applied those specific critiques to help her win. So, in my opinion, it's not that she was the most talented, the most creative, the most dynamic, the most iconic.
She played the game.
But she played the game.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, like, who did the best, I still feel like if I pair them all out, Plain Jane sucked, period. And then it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between those two, because you can make a case for either one.
Because I would say
I thought Sapphira was going to edge it out. I thought Sapphira was going to edge it out, But again, it's not that Nymphia sucks. Nymphia, like that banana, even though I'm over the banana shit, the banana outfit was fucking fire.
Baby!
Fucking fire.
Honey!
Fucking fire. Her makeup is killer. And she has a point of view. And I think what helped Nymphia towards the end is like she finally showed us the vulnerability that Plain Jane couldn't do. So it connected us a lot more towards the end. We're like, okay, that's what we needed to see. And honestly, she's going to be a great representation. We need someone like her to represent the show. So I get the bigger picture of it, quite frankly. And honestly, and I don't want that to take away from the win, but I see that how the producers, if it was going to be a wash, because it pretty much was like either one could have won.
Right.
Her platform might do a lot more good, broader than maybe Saphira, because we've had queens similar to Saphira before.
I can see what you're saying there. If it is a producer thing, it plays into the universal narrative.
Absolutely.
Of Drag Race. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
And other queens from other countries moving to the
1000%.
US and making the race that's the omega of races even better. Because here's the thing, I agree with Dewan. Like, Saphira had been like for 11 years, like tuning her craft, and we say all the time, if you are applying and you know you want to be on Drag Race, why don't you know how to do these things, right? But I will say this: I feel like Nymphia had learned those things just to learn them because of who she is, right? Versus learning them to do them for Drag Race purposes. So I felt like that allowed for Nymphia just to be a little less like calculated. In the box and calculated, right? Because she could be like, oh, I'm just being myself because I learned this because of who I am.
My craft.
And so because of my craft, right? And I think that was kind of the difference between the two for me.
One of the many things that I appreciate about Nymphia is that we've seen so many other queens come on the show with a certain kind of aesthetic, even a certain kind of color, right?
Yeah.
Blue, pink, whatever, purple. We've seen that. But she was the first one who was able, in my opinion, to deliver on that kind of like color, kind of like theme brand in a way that was fully formed, in a way that wasn't like really repetitive. Yes, the color was repetitive, but the iteration on top of the color was so creative and innovative and thought out and well executed and delivered a whole picture that other queens, like if you got an apple queen in the making, bitch, you better be looking at what she did to see how you peel that apple.
And you're right, because the thing is, she gave us only 4 yellow banana looks. And she saved most of her yellow.
It might have been one too many, but like you said, she killed that shit.
But from beginning,
any other queen that 4th one, you'd be like, bitch, sit down. But she killed the shit.
I was just gonna say though, from the first episode to the end, which is several fucking weeks, right? To only give 4, but yet that's still part of your gimmick. And to be smart, to be like, hey, I'm gonna wear yellow in the workroom. I'm gonna yellow, and I'm gonna wear yellow in my confessionals, right? To sprinkle it in other ways, so it's not just in what the judges see, or it's in her craft for the challenges, but to still be able to share your brand and give it to people without it always being in the same moments as the runway.
Yeah,
that's how you execute.
It's craft, and honestly, that would be one of the critiques that I would say for my girl Plasma. Like, she so wanted to give this kind of like 1940s, 1950s kind of like, Jackie O inspired kind of like thing, but didn't really have a way to translate that or step out of this every once in a while. Like, the whole Cher thing, you brought so many wigs, but they told you there was going to be, like, because they give you a roster of like what you need to, what kind of the inspiration you need to be planning for. So, like, Nymphia just did such a great job. Instead of being
inspired by the aesthetic, it boxed her in. Where Nymphia, she's still inspired to kind of creatively be like, hold on, I got a whole universe of ways this could be interpreted
and express herself in so many different kind of ways. So yeah, kudos to her for for like an amazing season.
And her finale looked like on like the reveal was fucking spectacular.
Yes.
That gold, I was like, oh damn, okay. All right, so quickly. Now we done with one season, and then the next couple days later, they said, "Bitch, we giving you some more." And I think it's gonna be a great All-Star season. The twist this year is $200,000, but it's gonna be donated to charity, which kind of tells you how they were able to get some of these queens back. Because I was like, okay, how are some of these queens coming back again? So we have and for a couple of them, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I would have wanted to do this season because I want like.
I want the full
$200,000, and I might not have been gone long enough and things like that, but we'll figure that out. So we have Angeria Parrish Van Michaels, who I love from season 14.
Yes.
We have Got Mick from season 13.
You said her name right this time.
About time. It's a struggle.
you ugly bitch.
You ugly bitch. She's just gonna be good TV. She's so fucking funny.
Yes.
We have Got Mick from season 13. We have Georges from season 14. We have Nina West. Hey, Nina, from season 11. We have Plastic Tiara from season 11.
Oh, hey,
we have
Plastic.
Roxy Andrews, the icon from season 5 and All-Star season 2.
Yes.
And then we have Chanel, another icon from season 1 in All-Star season 1. And we have Miss Vanjie. Miss Van, who might be the most popular drag queen outside of RuPaul. Back again. And so there's a couple of them, like a Roxy and a Vanjie, and even a Plastique. Then I'm like, how did they get them back to this? Then I'm like, oh, it's charity angle. Okay. Yeah. That's how they got them back. Because they've just like, they're just so much, not bigger than the show, but like, they're just huge that they don't need to come back for All-Stars.
And also, we don't know what's in their contract, because within their contract, they may have a salary. So they may have a salary, and then it's not really, it's you're competing for the sake of the competition, and the added bonuses your charity gets, and it's great PR for World of Wonder and all that stuff. But we don't know what they're getting paid on the back end. So they may all be getting like a good $75K, $100K just for being on the show. And I hope that they'll keep all the All-Stars. It won't be any elimination. They'll just be winners.
Right.
So we can see them fully.
Yeah. If it's for charity, it has to be all of them. Like, I think it would be an injustice to the charities themselves if the queen is gone the first week for their charity. I think it has to be they stay around for the whole season. And at the end, we'll see which charity ends up getting it.
And they might even do like almost a like pocket of money where like each time the pot keeps growing or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't know many of the queens. Fun fact: Angeria Pay Michaels is like literally one of the queens from the very first season that I started watching. So that's literally like I started 14, right? 14. Yeah, so I literally started watching with 14. That was my very first one.
You're in for a good season then, girl.
So I don't know anything about any of the other girls, and that's one of the things I like about All Stars is because I get to see everyone else's excitement. And I get to be like, like almost like a student, just being here, like just sitting here eating my popcorn and be like, okay, I'm learning all the tea because all the other gays know the history of some of these girls. Like I've seen so many people post about Roxy Andrews, and I'm like, but I don't know anything about Roxy
Andrews. She was like
the
original look queen, the original body yaddy yaddy, the original when like she came on her season. She's the one that kind of pushed drag forward. Like there's every few seasons, there's someone that you're just like, whoa, okay, I haven't seen that on that level before. You're pushing this craft forward. She was like outside of maybe like Raja from season 2. I'm trying to think of 3 and 4. Or I can't think right now, but like she's just one that stands out that you're just like, God, that's fucking Roxy Andrews.
You know what's gonna be amazing is the snatch game. However it is that they configure it, because first of all, like, almost every single one of those queens have had a really phenomenal.
Wait, no, have they though?
Yes.
Who? Because I
Who
feel like
hasn't? The only one, George's maybe not. George's maybe not.
I feel like they all were kind of mediocre. I feel like none of them won.
No, Angeria was. Oh, Angeria was.
Angeria,
I forget who she was. She played a man. Who the fuck did she play? God damn it!
It wasn't. It wasn't Little Richard. Who the fuck
was it? Little Richard? No.
No. Because that was another queen.
But she was good. She was good. I have to go back and I want to watch that YouTube video of introducing the queens because it actually shows the girls who played which characters in the Snatch game.
Gottmik did
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton.
Because Angeria wasn't she like
Columbus.
Tammy Brown?
Huh?
Wasn't Angeria like? Let me see here.
Tabitha Brown.
Tammy Brown or something like that. Hold on, I'm trying to look it up real quick. Snatch game.
But I don't know.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know. Those queens at this stage, with understanding what the game is really all about, this is going to be a fun.
Yes,
you can't tell me a goddamn thing about all these queens showing up. Even George's, who did terrible. She even said in her Meet the Queen, she was like, yeah, I really struggled with the acting exercise and but I'm ready now. Like.
And the way she looked at her confessionals too, and the way she looks at her confessionals too, I was like, okay, George's is really coming to her bag. Mm-hmm. You can tell that,
she got since little coin,
baby, okay, she really, really has. I don't know. I will be curious, and this is my only concern, and my concern comes from this is the athlete, the competitor, myself. When you have something on the line that's so close to you, like money, that brings a whole other different side out of bitches. Now, that's not to say that they don't care about these charities at all. That's not to say that, right?
Right.
But money motivates bitches in a whole other different way. In a whole other different way. Especially when that money's going to you. Not to somebody else. So I'm just very curious to see.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with you on that. But I think this season there's an element of, especially the ones that they brought back, they don't want to lose. Like Avanji is not going to want to lose to a Plastique. Or Roxy. Roxy sure enough ain't gonna want to lose to none of these bitches because she feel like she the OG hoe. Like, so there's some elements of that I'm like, oh, they picked the right bitches.
This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be high drama.
Almost like their drag cred is
there's some ego in this shit.
Yeah, like I've been saying I'm that bitch. I am that bitch.
And they all feel like that they got millions of followers now, and there's gonna be a hint of that.
There's a lot of even playing field as it relates to being a professional in the craft, in the lane that you've carved for yourself in drag. Every single the comedy queens, the look queens, the beauty queens, the pageant girls, whatever their lane is, they've had the opportunity to perfect that over the last couple of years. So this is going to be a really good season
too. Like Gottmik is shady as fuck, Vanjie's shady as fuck, Roxy's shady as fuck. Like they gonna be reading some hoes out.
I can't wait.
Someone might leave here mad as shit. There's gonna be a couple people they ain't gonna be friends after this season.
Chanel is like I don't know what her sign is, but she strikes me as a Scorpio because, baby, she be getting vicious, and she's from Vegas.
For Jarrell's sake, Chanel's the first queen that ever walked in the workroom.
I saw that,
ever.
She was the very first.
The very first.
So this is very full circle. I'm curious. I can't wait. It starts May 17th. I believe
May 17th on Paramount Plus. So they be making us stay with this streaming shit.
Thanks to Wine. We love you, girl.
It was like, thanks, girl.
That's my sis. Look, she be looking out for me.
Baby, every once in a while, she'd be like, hey, do you got this? I go, yeah, girl, here you go.
It's like, go on, log in.
Baby, I be like, I got enough.
Oh, Lord. So, community, we'll have a couple weeks of no drag race talk, but it'll be right back. And, I feel like it's going to be a good season. I really, I agree, though. I hope I hope it's just not watered down because of the charity's sake. Like, I hope
Me too.
I hope there's some twist that amps it up even more because of the charity's sake. Like, that we just can't foresee that. You're like, damn, okay, they really got to play now. Like, you know.
I think the cred thing is huge. The competition cred, like street cred thing. Like, you're talking about queens who are literally like, you know, at or nearing their peak. And for where they have to go from here, it's really just about what are you bringing. What like, you didn't have all this time. You didn't see all these episodes.
Especially like even someone like Nina West. Nina West was already big before her first Drag Race season. Like she came on that season, people are like, "Oh, that's fucking Nina West." Like from the pageant world, from all the So like it's
Columbus,
just this
Ohio.
ego. Exactly. Columbus, and then she just did like 2 years of like hairspray. So
So I will say this:
there's an ego in it.
I'm excited. I'm excited because the last All Stars was different for me, and that's just because my first introduction to All Stars was like
the
All-Star winners. All-Star winners. Okay. So like All Stars for me is the one that I'm like the least excited for, and that's just because I don't have the history of all the other girls, and my first All Stars was all season. Of the winners.
No, winners was awesome. Then the All Stars 8 was kind of a weaker All Stars.
So I'm kind of like,
no, this one I'm excited for.
Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna do. I wonder if they're gonna do like lip sync for the win or lip sync assassins.
Probably assassins.
Because that could be really.
I don't know. They haven't changed that in a while, so maybe it's a change again. I don't know.
Because like sometimes they'll do like lip sync for the win, because then you win you win whatever the dollar amount is for your charity. Blah blah blah.
Your legacy.
Although I have to say, some of the people they be bringing back as quote unquote lip sync assassins,
they really weren't assassins.
Know who this is?
It's like, who this hoe? We ain't seen her before. So, I guess we talked about drag a lot longer than I thought we was going to, but we had to get out of system. Like there was just a lot to cover there. I guess we won't do Ask Your Aunties, but a couple just kind of like things. Damn, we wanted to talk about the beef real quick too. But first, before the beef. There's a new Biden administration Title IX rule that's protecting transgender and non-binary students for bathroom and pronoun use at school. So this is a huge thing because we've seen a lot of states trying to put on or not even trying, implementing laws against bathroom use and pronoun usage and don't say gay and all this stuff. So it's good to see the administration trying to and I don't want to use the Trump word. What's another thesaurus? Overrule.
Yes, there we go.
Some of these state laws. So they're trying to get this through the Title IX protection. So we'll see if they're going to be able to kind of push this through. I'm not even sure how exactly, because I don't think it has to go through Congress or anything since Title IX is already passed. So maybe it's like an update to some of the language of it. So kind of keep an eye on that. But I hope they don't try to make this into another political thing for the Republican side saying, oh, they just passed this and da-da-da-da-da. I'm sure we're going to start to see ads for that shit. Like, I'm starting to see ads for, I forget the group that they always say are raping women and things like that. It comes up on my, like, YouTube ads and all this stuff all the fucking time now. So, like, the ads that they're showing already for this political season is fucking wild. And it's April. So, but, as far as the alphabet mafia, we need to give them some kudos for this and be vocal about why we approve this and things like that, just in case they start to fight back and other states try to do other little sneaky ways and things like that. So, again, make sure you register to vote. It's a crucial and critical year to not be tired. I know we've been tired, but the shit they're trying to do and literally our lives are on the line, this election season. So
I will say one thing. Even if you're not part of the LGBTQIA plus community, as an ally, you should still be celebrating and announcing this win. And I also ask the LGBTQIA plus community to also be allies to indigenous communities, black communities, Asian American, indigenous communities, like to everyone else, right? You might not be feeling that the administration is doing the best for you specifically. But when we see all of us as a whole, that the other side is trying to annihilate all of us. We are all on one team. We are all on one team. And just like, this is a sports reference, so I just want to make sure this is clear. Just like there can only be so many people on the court, on the field, right? That doesn't mean that the people who are on the bench who are not getting that playing time, who are not getting the spotlight, are any less valuable than the people who are getting the spotlight, okay? And I think that's something very important that we have to remember, that even me as a queer black man, if I'm not feeling that the administration isn't doing enough specifically for me, that does not mean that I be mad at them when they're still doing stuff for other people who are in the same fucking boat as me. It don't have to necessarily be my seat in the boat that they look at. They need to be looking at the whole goddamn boat. And as long as one of us, and not one of us, because one is not enough. As long as a few of half of us are getting that, that is progress. And it's literally all of us versus them over there. And it's not us versus each other and them over there.
Well, that's called divide and conquer. That's what they want you to do.
Thank you.
Divide and conquer. They want to divide us and conquer us. So the more that you can separate out so that there's a notion of us versus them, is the more that they get what they want.
That part of
and
it.
That's the people, when we call them one, what they call them, one topic voters, or like one, You have to think about the bigger picture. I like to say, like, single issue. Thank you very much, baby. It's like a puzzle. There are multiple pieces that make up that puzzle, right? We all play our role in it. And although one piece may be missing, that doesn't mean that the puzzle still can't be completed. We just got to take the time to find it, get it, and put it in there. And if you are that one puzzle piece, that doesn't mean you are not as less important as any of the other pieces that make up that puzzle. And that's something that we need to start thinking about.
Yeah. And then quickly here, it says the updated regulations protect all students and enhance protections against all forms of sex-based harassment and discrimination. They establish clear requirements for schools to take prompt and effective action to end any sex discrimination in their education programs or activities, prevent its recurrence, and remedy its effects. It says during the discussion, it was noted that the current regulations do not address the participation of transgender students on sports teams, but those conversations and related to athletics is still ongoing. As schools prepare to implement the new regulations, the Department of Education will provide resources and assistance to ensure the new rules are understood and applied. The new regulations take in effect on August 1st. So it looks like these are already kind of passed. And will be there in time for the new school year here at the end of the year.
That makes me happy.
So everything Jerome said, period. So we'll kind of end here. I know we did get to ask your aunties, but there's been just a lot of beef out there.
And we're not talking about Arby's, bitch.
Not Arby's, not Wendy's. Where's the beef? We're not talking about the beef between your legs. We're talking about some rap and some R&B beef. Yes. There's there's Drake against damn near everybody. It started with like Kendrick, and now it's with Ricky, Rose, and Kanye in it now.
But it was also Kendrick and what's his name?
J. Cole.
And J.
Cole. But J. Cole said, bitch, I don't want to be in this. Because Kendrick done brought J. Cole out at the concert.
And I loved it too. He was like, I was in my feelings. He was like, I apologize. He was like, that was just something that
was a moment.
I heard. It was a moment. And I really do appreciate that. Let me tell you, because we as Black people, we will take some shit to the grave just for being in our feelings and not give ourselves the time to be like, you know what? It ain't even all that serious. It really ain't all that serious. But we will.
But then you got someone like Drake. Then you got someone like Drake, who's just a little petty. Drake is petty as shit. Drake is so petty, and I'm kind of here for it. Normally, I'm not the most petty human being on earth.
He said, "This bitch better stop playing on my phone."
Drake don't care. This is the part where people always talk about how maybe soft Drake is and things like that, and how petty Drake is, and this. it always comes to his advantage in moments like this because Drake will be the pettiest bitch out there.
Well,
and
when
he don't
you
give
spend,
a fuck.
When you spend multiple seasons in a wheelchair in Degrassi, let me tell you, you ain't got nothing but time and opportunity to learn how to be petty.
And
How else you can protect yourself in a wheelchair, girl? I mean, no shade to that. This is not an ableism joke, okay? I just want people to know we're talking about Jake's character in Degrassi, okay?
Yes,
so,
period.
I just want to put that out there, okay?
I mean, like he's telling Metro to stick to drums to the point where he got the drum line going outside of Magic City in Atlanta saying stick to drums. He don't put Metro's face over Nick Cannon and drum lines, telling him to stick to drums.
Yeah.
You know, AI, Tupac, and Snoop on a song. Like, it's the amount of petty that Drake does. That's why people don't want to go against him because he has no limit of the pettiness part of it. Other one will try to like out machismo you or something like that. Drake don't give a fuck about that.
But that's because he used to be an actor. But that's because he used to be an actor.
Period.
He knows how to sell that shit and get a reaction out of people. And
that part.
Look.
And that shit funny as hell to me.
It's so entertaining.
It really
is so entertaining. Like, ain't nothing more funny than rich people trying to like beef with each other. Like,
honey, a word, a word. Like, why? And I get it's the history of hip hop, like, because Kendrick was spitting the shit out that verse. He said, "Fuck the big three, is the big one, ho." Got it. I like that energy. Come on now. I miss me a little rap beat.
And honestly,
but now Drake's just like fuck all that. Like he said, what's a prince to what was the Drake line? He said, "What's a prince to this? No, what's a king to a prince? You my son." Like King of Pop, his son's name was Prince. Like the bars was like, I was like, damn.
This is probably one of the first seasons of beefs that we've seen that like just gets at the core of like the dynamics of people just having fun and getting at individuals without it being like all manufactured and bullshitty.
Because it was buried in Dr. Seuss.
No, let me tell you, girl. This is when you know niggas is outside. Okay, this is when you know summer's around the corner because bitches outside and they be like, "Oh, bitch, so you were saying all that during the wintertime when you was at home. Where you at now? Oh, you still in the crib?
Hey,
yeah, they said they just gonna have to go. They said Metro and like Quavo. They said that at this point, and we'll get to the Quavo piece. They just gonna have to start boxing now. They said so. These people just saying some shit was like, there ain't nothing else you can rap now. You just gotta start boxing.
Hands. It's just hands at this point. It's just hands at this point. Blood.
Like,
the fragility of the ego is delicious.
Drake said, Kendrick, you can't come out this week because Taylor dropping. He said, Taylor, the hardest G in the game right now. You can't even respond to me this week. He said, I'll wait. I was like, damn. Drake just on some petty shit. But then we got that beef over here. It was like Ricky Rose and then Kanye just dropped a verse like on the remix trying to come back at Drake for that long standing beef. But then on the other side, we got Quavo and Chris Brown. And which is kind of almost the other side of hip hop beef, which that I don't like as much because it's usually about the fragility of the male ego and women. And women are not your property. They can date and sleep with who they want to sleep with. Like, get over that shit. And so I hate when they start throwing women into the verses and things like that because they ain't got shit to do with it. Get out your feeling. Like, she ain't date you no more. Like, she can sleep with whoever the fuck she want to sleep and hang with who the fuck she want to hang with. But dudes, especially straight dudes, just be getting in that male fragility shit. That
okay, but Chris Brown ate that though.
He kind of did because the bars. I mean, he dug in that ass. I'm sorry.
He did, and then he said the takeoff line. I was like,
he basically said, "I fucked the secrets of you out of your girlfriend." Like, bitch, that had me over.
I know. Then did you see Sweet? Because it's all about Karuchi and Saweetie.
Right.
And Saweetie tweeted today saying, "Well, I guess I need to go back and rewrite my verses on my new song coming out." Because she's like, "Damn, how I get in this?" She said, "Damn, I'm over here just minding my damn business. And y'all on y'all ego shit." But yeah, no, Chris. Here's the thing about Chris. Chris, another one. He's petty and don't give a fuck. There ain't shit you're gonna be able to tell me. I've been through everything, and a lot of it he brought upon himself. So don't take it some way that Carell's sticking up for Chris Brown. I ain't saying shit like that. He brought it upon himself. But Chris Brown don't give a damn, and he's gonna go for the jugular.
Yeah. Yep. He ain't got nothing. He don't have anything to lose. That's the thing. He don't have anything to lose.
So, well, yeah, you would think. I mean, he kind of built his career back up, but it was like I was with it all the way. The takeoff line is the one that I was like, damn, was that the line? That might have been the line that the step over where he said they wish it was you instead. I was like, oh, damn. Damn.
You know what? Let me tell you, that's hard. That's some hard ass shit. Like, that's not the line for me. That's the. That guy's very finish him, bitch.
Yes, literally and figuratively.
I was like, damn, my nigga, damn. But
yeah. So it must be getting hot outside.
I'm here for it,
girl.
It must be getting hot outside because everybody in their feelings right now. So I know, community, we don't talk about rap and hip hop a lot, but everybody talking about this. This is just like a cultural moment. This is a black cultural really moment right now. It is what it is. It's the history of hip hop, and we all eating it up.
Yep.
But okay, anything else on the list that we need to? I know some things.
No, but I do got one thing on my mind. Fuck Duke. And them rolling back all those hundreds of fucking scholarships because of the affirmation, or not affirmation, but affirmative action.
Affirmative action shit.
Yep. Fuck Duke. And guess what? I hope the basketball program goes to shit now, and you realize how much, and you realize how much y'all need us niggas up in your motherfucking shit to motherfucking begin with. Period. And you ain't got your motherfucking head coach who is out there winning y'all the national championships anymore either. So what you gonna do?
Yep.
Who coming to you, boo?
Don't nobody black need to be going to any school named Duke anyway. God damn it.
The only Duke you like is mayonnaise. And that's already too white for me as it is. It's like, damn, no, we don't need no more mayonnaise. Keep the mayonnaise and the school.
Not pass.
Keep the mayonnaise and the school.
Send me to Bay University.
Send me to Howard or some shit.
So
at
this point, forever Tar Heel fan. Fuck Duke.
No, I hear you. Yeah. Oh God, we gotta talk about it. First, Beyonce stunning on all of us with her real hair. Stunning. Shut that shit down. Shut your hoes down. She said, "This is my real hair. Let me show you what Cecred does for my hair." But we just know how Beyonce operates. That shit was to shut up all y'all internet trolls. People were still saying, "Oh, it still might be micro extensions." I'm like, "No, shut the fuck up. You just mad you bald headed.
You
just mad you bald headed."
And you know what? This had me being like, damn, we need to roll some of that back, because when we were talking about the Renaissance tour, we were talking about the wigs, and we were like,
and not all of them are wigs.
Not all of them are wigs.
Yes.
Because you saw the one she said like this. It said, I was like, bitch, that shit touching the waist.
Wait. But we gotta shout out Mama Tina. Because when she reposted that Cat Williams video, being like, "This is 19 inches without a perm. You run your gnarl fingers through this, bitch, and see what happens." I said, Mama Tina, I love you.
Mama Tina don't play. Because she's been telling us the whole time it's her hair. Same with Neil. They've both been telling us for years.
Yeah. And when Neil was like, for 18 years, I have been wanting to do Good Hair Girl. 18 years, bitch. He been doing it since B-Day, bitch. When we talking when you see B-Day, my #1 motherfucking album.
Neil been doing the shit out of here. And Neil posted something too. And Neil, we still gotta get you on here, boo. I know you said you would, but you booked and busy. We didn't realize how booked and busy you was going to be. We get it now, girl.
We saw all them inches. We now know.
We get it, girl. But
you gotta hold all that up. She gotta roll all that up underneath them wigs and still make it look. Because you know some wigs be like bumpy because you got so much. Like, how?
And that's the thing. He put a caption that said like, "I've perfected my weave and wig techniques," because like. No one's wigs look like Beyonce's.
No.
Like I don't get what the hell he is doing that no one else on planet Earth has figured out yet, because her shit don't look bumpy, lumpy, nothing. And the fan machines, you don't see no tracks, you don't see nothing. And the sideburns still there looking natural. That's the shit that gets me every fucking time. It's the sideburns.
Well, it was the sideburns with Dewan too.
I know. So when I started talking about sideburns, y'all grabbed my ass to Phil. She ain't no T-Boss.
And that's a deep cut of Minority Report. That's not 5 years.
Cut.
You got to be with us for 5 years.
Yeah, that's the first year of the episode.
Baby.
That's a deep cut right there. You said the first time I did.
We might have to find that clip. We might have to find that clip and bring that in there.
And bring it back in there.
Because, honey, there are people that are just listening right now. They're just like, I have no idea what the fuck they are talking about. Baby, you missed the episode. You missed a whole episode, a whole conversation.
And then we haven't talked a lot about it. We'll get out on this. We haven't talked too much about. We've hinted here and there about the Palestine and the Israel war and things like that, but folks trying to stop protesting is fucking ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of just, even not, I mean, there's like Columbia University and things like that trying to stop the freedom of voice is fucking wild. So that's, again, why it's so important to vote, especially in this country, because there are folks trying to limit what we can do. Mm-hmm. And if you don't see that, you're going to see soon enough if you vote wrong.
Honey.
So,
I mean, let's be honest. To that point, we said the same thing a year ago when Roe v. Wade were overturned.
Yeah.
Came the gay rights, trans rights,
Columbine
affirmative action. Like, it just takes one that says these one people don't deserve this. And that means they feel everyone don't deserve this. So no matter where you stand on it, simply one of the things that makes it's a human right, especially here. And as black folks in this motherfucking country, okay, when it was built on people that look like us, who have barely had rights and who are still fighting for rights, this type of stuff takes away from people that look like us as well, simply being able to exist in this place. Okay? Yep. So it's not just the Palestine and Israel issue. It's every fucking issue that don't look like white men in this country. Period.
And honestly,
and
in this world.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what you're really seeing right now.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that for now. Because I'm sure we're going to have some more to say. But anything else on your hearts and mind?
No, we love y'all. Thanks for rocking with us.
We love y'all too.
Yes.
Absolutely. And continue to wash your hands, your legs, and your ass. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Right. Bye, y'all.